Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Pal Blart Mall Cop. So tomorrow I'm going to be watching Pal Blart Mall Cop 2, and I've actually never seen the first one, so I watched it, and here's going to be my review. So yeah, this movie stars Kevin James, Kier O'Donnell, Jama Mays, Rainey Rodriguez, and Shirley Knight, and Bobby Cannavale. And yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. So 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never give you a fair one, because as usual I did. So Pal Blart Mall Cop, as usual. What did I think? Quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and narrate. So basically, in this movie, you have Pal Blart, played by Kevin James, and it starts off with him trying to become a police officer, and he basically fails due to the fact that he falls asleep during the test, a physical test, like a physical fitness test. Reason being is because of his low glucose or high glucose or high sugar or low sugar systems or something, low sugar maintenance health issue, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so he's basically not he's so since he fails, he's basically forced back into his job as a security mall cop. Well, not really forced, but that's what he's works as a mall cop. He takes care of his mom and one only daughter, and he's basically just trying to find love around the Christmas time, I believe, or at least it's past Thanksgiving from what it seems, and it's around Christmas time from what it seems within the mall. One day he has this new kid who wants to become a mall cop supposedly, and the next day he's basically trying to rob the whole mall. About $30 million of the mall. He takes he takes a bunch of hostages, and one of the hostages turns out to be this girl or this young lady that Pal Blart has recently been spending some time with. She's about 25 years old, I want to say. She's about her late 20s, early 30s. Which is kind of weird because he's like in his mid 30s to early 40s. So I don't really see that pairing for some reason. It just seems kind of weird. But whatever. So there's a bunch of hostages there. The daughter and his lover, and his semi-lover are in this, and now he has to try to stop these criminals from taking over the mall. And the leader of these criminals is the intern, the mall cop intern that I mentioned a couple seconds ago. So yeah, so I've heard mixed reviews about this movie. Some saying that was really bad, and then some saying that's actually pretty decent, it's pretty enjoyable. And I think I have to go with the latter. It's actually a pretty enjoyable film, in my opinion. Now, is the best comedy film out there? Hell no, for sure, hell no. Is it the best rom-com romantic comedy film? Hell, for sure, hell no. But it's a pretty decent watch. It's maybe a guilty pleasure at times, because it does have that guilty pleasure feel at times. So yeah. Now there are some really cringe-worthy moments that are just straight up terrible that I really just couldn't watch. Just because of how stupid they are, just really terrible, or the bad dialogue, or just really bad acted. And there is some pretty bad acting from here, especially from Rainey Rodriguez. And for those who don't know who she is, she's a Disney star basically. She's from Disney Channel. She was in Austin and Ally, by the way. And most Disney stars don't tend to do well outside of Disney Channel. I mean, you have a few every here and there, like Lindsay Lohan, who's actually pretty good, which is not in jail, or Zac Efron, as we saw in Neighbors, who are actually pretty good, and maybe Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, who are actually just, and maybe Miley Cyrus to some extent, who are actually pretty decent actors and actresses. But Rainey Rodriguez is not one of them. Very quickly, another good example would be Christina Aguilera and what's the other one? JT, Justin Timberlake. Yeah, they're actually Disney Channel stars, and I really can't think of many Disney child stars who have become worth of something. But that's a whole different topic. I don't know, I got off topic, but yeah, Rainey Rodriguez, a really terrible actress. In Disney Channel, she's decent for the genre, but here she really can't do. She's probably the worst part of this movie. Good thing she's in it for a very limited amount of time. Now there are some pretty decent moments, some pretty sweet moments, where you do root for Paul Blart, because he is a comedic hero. He is pretty comedic. And yeah, now there are some running gags such as his medical health and whatnot that do get tiring after a while, and there are many jokes that do fall flat. But for every joke that falls flat, there's always one joke that makes you chuckle. For the most part, all the jokes here made me chuckle. There's really only one joke here that really just made me laugh out loud. Really loud, really just laugh out loud. Not butt gusting loud. Not gut bustingly loud, but just pretty loud. A pretty good laugh. But most of the other times, they're pretty good chuckles. They're pretty decent laugh. So it does have its few comedic moments. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent film. It's not the best film out there. It's not the best acted film out there. It's not the best written film out there for sure. It's not even the best comedy out there. It's a pretty decent watch. Maybe a guilty pleasure if you want to say so. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's a pretty decent film. And yeah, and now having watched this, I am somewhat excited for Paul Blart 2. Due to the fact that it has been getting a lot of negative ratings. So let's see how this one goes. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? If not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? And aside from that, I like the video. Share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.